Hi, my name is Steph, and I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just talking off the top of my head, which might be dangerous. I'm going to call this Life According to Steph. Okay. Um, I've written a lot of things in my lifetime. I've written a lot of blogs. I've written a lot of essays. That's what we used to call blogs, essays. When I was a teenager, I loved to write, and I would keep a journal. And nobody told me to do that. I just, for some reason, knew that keeping a journal was a really good idea. Sadly, I don't have that journal anymore. I don't know what happened to it, but it doesn't matter. What matters is where I'm at today. That's what matters. Well, today, I may not look it in this video, but I am extremely disabled. The wonderful news is that I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that. I live in horrendous pain. I know it doesn't appear that way, but that's some of the shock that the doctors have with me. They can't figure it out. And because they can't figure it out, they sometimes doubt that I'm really in the level of pain that I'm in. Well, it all has to do with something. Why I don't show it. A number of things, actually. I'm not a religious person. Not by any means. But I am a very spiritual woman. What's the difference? Very simple. Religion was created by man. Spirituality is a God of my understanding. Okay, now that's an interesting concept too, right? A God of my understanding. My God may not profess or teach the same things, or my understanding of my God may not be quite the same as your understanding. But one of the things that my God so far has taught me is that I must honor and respect everyone else's concept of their God. Now, the only time that I may have an issue with that is if people use their concept of God to impose death or harm to other people. I truly believe that any being higher than me is a being of love. And I don't think any being of love would ever want me to do harm to another. I will admit I have. I've been mean. I've been angry. I've done some terrible things in my short life. 58, that's how old I am. And yes, that is a short life. That's how I look at it. I have a grandmother who is passed on now, transitioned, I like to say, and she lived to be almost 103. And when I think about that, oh goodness, if I were going to live to be her age, I would still have almost 40 years to go. Now, I don't think in advance like that, or at least I try not to. The whole idea for me is to stay in today, to stay right here, right now. As long as I do that, I'm all right. I'm not freaking out. But the minute I step out of right here, right now, then those old habits of mine start creeping back in, like worrying about things that I have no control over, or thinking about things that maybe I shouldn't even be thinking about. And which brings up something right off the bat. Last night a friend of mine called me, and she was in great pain, great physical pain, which, I hate to say it, was generated a lot of by her emotional and spiritual pain. She was afraid. I could hear that in her voice. I knew that because for some reason I know these things. Once I get to know people, I can identify them. And when I heard that in her voice, I suggested to her, my friend, please try to relax just a little bit, just for the moment, just for this very moment. Just stop and listen. Listen to your body. Listen to your heart. Listen to your soul. And when you do that, you'll be able to hear your God comforting you, being with you, keeping you calm and open to new ideas, to new ways of handling what you feel or things that are going to destroy you. In her case, she was full of fear that she would die as her mother did. And that was the whole problem right there in a nutshell. My spiritual mentors taught me something about fear. A lot of things, actually. The first thing they taught me was there's an acronym. We all know what acronyms are, right? AT&T, that stands for something. Fear can stand for something. False evidence appearing real. Okay? Fear. False evidence appearing real. Alright? What do we have to be afraid of? Number one, if we truly believe that there is a God, that there is a life after death, are we afraid of leaving this earth too early? Is that what it's all about? What are we afraid of? Well, in her case, she was afraid of dying like her mother. And I assured her that I didn't think that would happen. No, she didn't want it to. I think that if we surrender to our belief in our God, that nothing bad, nothing truly bad will ever happen to us. And that brings up a lot of subjects about what is bad, what is good. It's not black and white. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Even though a lot of scientists will have you believe that, will try to help you believe it that way. I hate to tell you this, but I don't believe that. Remember, this is the world according to Steph. And I'm a babe in the world. I don't mean I'm good looking. I mean I'm a little baby just learning to crawl when it comes to learning about life, learning about spirituality, learning about how to make it in this world and be happy, be content, be at peace with myself and with those around me. And our world has jumped into a much bigger world now. We have the internet, which brings us all together now, much closer. We can actually speak with people thousands, well, not millions, but thousands and thousands of miles away. And that is a wonderful thing. Now the East and the West can come together and maybe we can begin to understand each other. Maybe we can begin to honor and respect each other and the way that we feel about things. Maybe we can begin to realize that possibly a lot of us in the United States believe a lot of the same things that the people in Persia, or what they used to call Persia, Iraq and Iran and those places, Afghanistan, believe in. Maybe we're not so different after all. And I don't believe we are at all. At any rate, I only have 15 minutes on this, so I'm going to sign off for now. I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm going to make more of these videos, whether anybody likes it or not. I'm that kind of gal. I just do it, whether you like it or not. Hey, it's a free world. You don't have to watch my video if you don't want to, right? So I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to wish everyone a blessed day. And next time I talk to you, who knows what it'll be about. But I do promise this, it'll be something spiritual. That I guarantee you. Have a great day. Bye.